favorite tree, that I am a lover of nature altogether. So I don't have a one favorite tree. If I had to choose, I'd have to say the oak, just because of its strength. I want to thank you again for providing a space where artists can express themselves and be safe. So thank you for that. My inspiration from the book, when she asked me about it, she gave me several caveats. You don't have to love the book. You just need to find inspiration. It can be from the cover, it can be from the back, from the middle to the end, just skim through. I told her I would read this book because I was sure that I could find some inspiration somewhere. My inspiration came from where the fig talks about the border that separates Greece and Turkey. And she speaks on how the birds, the insects, and even the random balloon on the artesian wind can fly freely across without worry. I thought that, damn, I thought humans had dominion over all, yet we seem to not get it right. This story is about, it's a love story. It's a story about prejudice. It's also a story about identity. I was sitting on the back of a taxi in the middle of Pattaya, heading to who I was told was the Justin Timberlake of Thailand. The taxis in Thailand are small Toyota trucks with benches on each side of the bed. Sitting on the back of that truck with the cool wind against my face, I felt free. I was thousands of miles away from America. I wasn't constrained by the systematic bullshit or the stereotypes that I had become accustomed to. I was with a gentleman named V. V was a local club owner. The first time you go from Afghanistan to Thailand, everyone says you have to find V. So that's what I did. And now me and V are like best friends. Now V was like Mr. Chow from the Hangover movies. He knew everybody. He could get you anything, and he could get you into anywhere. He had introduced me to a few of his friends, and we were about to hit this concert. It was a great group of people, and it seemed like we were about to have a blast of a night. We were laughing, we were talking. One of the gentlemen did something or said something, but it was nothing out of the ordinary. But it was enough for another one of the gentlemen to say, with a loud laugh, "Ha! You're acting like such a nigger." My heart skipped a beat. I was in another country. They spoke a completely different language. How did this word get here? V went crazy. He started saying something in Thai that I couldn't quite understand. But through his voice, you could tell it was serious. All the conversation stopped, and all eyes turned to me. I was caught off guard, because this was truly unexpected. V began to apologize. "I'm sorry. My bad. My bad." The gentleman who had said it, head hanging low, barely looking up, he says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm." I sat there for a second and then I said, "What does that word mean to you?" And he just sat there. Thankfully, I had full knowledge of self and who I was. I didn't overreact because I knew that word had no meaning or bearing on who I was and didn't belong to me or anybody that I knew. It's unfortunate that words like this one often stem from historic legacies and they're spread through modern media and even pop culture. These influences can carry harmful ideas and language across borders, sometimes even without fully understanding the word, the history, or the impact. These imaginary borders we set up because someone doesn't look like us. They don't share our culture. They don't share our beliefs. Cause more harm than they do good. I once heard an astronaut say that when you're out in space and you look down at the Earth, you don't see any of the borders. You don't see any of the imaginary lines. We're all together. And that's why sharing your story is so important. Because it's the stories that tear down the borders. Thank you.